Good morning, you're very welcome back to Ireland AM.
Now, Derek is out and about this morning learning all about Ireland's rich history.
Good morning, Derek. How are you getting on?
Yes, good morning, Karen. Good morning, team. And we're absolutely, I suppose, soaked in history when it comes to talking about the Irish and Irish diaspora that has travelled right around the world over the last centuries and indeed millennia. Eilish Carew is with us here this morning. Good morning to you, Eilish.
Good morning, Derek.
Yeah, it's great to be down here. We're actually in the vaults this morning, aren't we?
Yes, many people will be familiar with the beautiful CHQ building in Dublin's Docklands, but not known to everyone is EPIC, the Irish Immigration Museum, is in the beautiful restored vaults. So we cover, about a third of the underground of this building in the beautiful EPIC Museum.
And of course, Eilish, the Irish are synonymous with immigration.
Yes, over the years, over 70 million people claim Irish descent, and I think migration has very much shaped Irish people and our culture and the influence that we've had around the world.
I mean, we only need to go back, I suppose, to the 6th century, only that far, when we started immigrating across the roads and across the pond to the UK.
Absolutely. I mean, here at EPIC, we tell 1,500 years of history of Irish culture and Irish people through the waves of immigration, and it certainly started in the 6th century where, yes, we headed across to the UK in our curraghs.
Then, of course, our link with America and the US, and we've had a huge, I suppose, post-famine 1845.
I mean, that's been synonymous, I think, the US and the influence of the Irish right to this day in the US. Post-famine was one of the largest periods where over 1.5 million people immigrated to the US in the 10 years post the famine period.
Now, when people come down here to the museum itself, what can they expect on the tour?
So it's fully digital, it's fully immersive, so for many people it's a very different museum experience. We get many people saying, I don't normally go to museums, but I absolutely loved this because it's so interactive, it's so hands-on. There's something for everyone, from families to children to older people like myself. I shouldn't say older people, but there is really something for everybody here. It's very interactive. You start by getting a passport, and as you work your way through the 20 galleries, you stamp your passport that tells that you are on the same journey as the immigrants. So we start with really exploring the waves of immigration from, as we said, the 6th century to the current day, and we explore the themes of immigration, so why people left from conflict, state and society. We've cut way above our weight when it comes to peacekeeping, when it comes to community work, NGOs, so it explores all the good that the Irish people have done as well. And then the second part of the museum is a lot of fun, and it really explores what the Irish people have done and what they've achieved since their immigration.
And I mean, we've really left our mark in the world. We were even talking about the world of broadcasting. We have the likes of Graham Norton, we have the likes of, obviously, Limerick's Terry Wogan, and that's just across the pond to the UK. But I mean, right across the world, you can go back to even, you were telling me, the guy who built the White House in the US.
Yeah, so James Hoban is an architect from Kilkenny, and in a competition, he entered a competition and he won that competition, and he he designed the White House.
And even down under in Australia as well.
So the National Opera House, which is really a global icon for Australia, that was also built by or designed by an Irish architect. So, those, when you think of how far and above our weight, when it comes to design, we can think of, say, Orla Kiley, whose designs are seen all around the world. Simone Rocha. We can think of Philip Tracy, who really single-handedly, I would have said, changed the world of millinery forever.
Absolutely incredible footprint. OK, Eilish, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, we're going to pop over here to Dr. Catherine Healy. Good morning to you, Catherine.
Good morning, Derek.
And of course, we are celebrating 100 years of the Irish passport.
That's right, just over a century since the very first Irish passports were introduced. They were actually given to an Irish delegation that headed over to Geneva to seek admission to the League of Nations, which was a really important moment of Irish sovereignty. And then they were made available to the public in 1924, a few months after that. So in this exhibition, we're looking at the stories of Irish emigrants who travelled on these passports, people who felt they had no option but to leave this country. The exhibition is supported by the Immigrant Support Programme at the Department of Foreign Affairs, and one of the things that we really wanted to capture is what the passport means, not just to Irish-born people, but to the kids and grandkids of Irish people scattered right across the world.
Irish diaspora. Now, you, in your hand, in fact, have a copy of an old Irish passport. Tell us about this.
That's right. This was a late 1920s passport belonging to Emily Dolan. So as you see, the details were all handwritten, and that actually continued right up until the 1990s. You had passport staff writing out dozens of passports a day, and you'll see at the front, Irish Free State, Ser Stat Éireann, and on the inside page, you'll see the inscription. It says that the passport is issued by the Governor-General of Ireland, who was a representative of the King, in the name of His Britannic Majesty. So Ireland was still a British Dominion at this point. So you can see in the wording even, that kind of political relationship.
Obviously, we can see it's green. When did it change colour and why?
Yeah, in 1985, the Burgundy passport was introduced. This was after Ireland joined the European Economic Community, and these green passports were phased out. But it's amazing, actually. We launched a public call out for stories, and we got, so many people sending in pictures of green passports that they had held on to, and the stories they had of leaving Ireland in the 80s, or their parents who left Ireland on these green passports, and they've become really important family mementos.
Yeah, of course. And he said there's lots of stories here on the board. I see Beckett in Paris, and we also have stories there to Canada. In fact, my own parents emigrated to Canada at one stage.
Yeah, so one of the stories here, Trace Higgins, she was 21 when she left Ireland for the very first time in the 1950s. Her fiance had gone over to Canada ahead of her and gotten a job as a teacher, and they were engaged to be married. So amazingly, she brought her wedding dress and her wedding cake on the boat over with her to Nova Scotia, along with a trunk full of wedding gifts, and they married a week after her arrival.
There we go. Isn't that an incredible story?
Absolutely.
All right. The exhibition is up and running until when?
That's right. It's open until the end of September.
All right. Thank you so much for that fascinating, tour and historic reference talking about the Irish passport this morning. Down here in Epic CHQ, you can find out more online on their socials as well. But for me and all the team here this morning, I hope you enjoyed that report. Back to studio.
Lovely.
Did enjoy that report, Derek. Thank you very much.
Fascinating. Yeah, really interesting. Thanks
That's a
very
good
much.
one for summer holidays. Put that on your list.
It's
The kids
really
will
cool
really enjoy
down there.
that. Yeah,
really
kids
is
will love
cool.
that.
Check it out. Right, coming up in the next hour, comedian Neil Delamere is going to be joining us.
Yeah, plenty of laughs there. And Ireland's youngest DJ is going to be spinning us some tunes.
He's over there getting set up. Yeah,
It doesn't sound like...
He's going to be teaching us a lesson, I think, and spinning some tunes. Oh,
also, we've got the Love Islanders. Yes, we've got Toby and Catherine. They're going to come into studio, spill all the gossip, all about the All-Star seasons as well. So we'll see you very soon for the final hour of Ireland Day.